February 4th, 2025. The network infrastructure of Prudential Financial, a pillar of global insurance, was already compromised. The digital silence was broken by the arrival of BlackCat ransomware, an intrusion that stole sensitive employee and contractor data, marking the first confirmed victim in what would soon be recognized as a systematic digital collapse. But that date, February 4th, is a lie. It's a convenient, polished endpoint for a disaster that began months earlier, lying dormant in the shadows of our essential systems. The question that haunted every security analyst, every board member, every government agency wasn't just how they got in, but why these attacks felt so perfectly timed. We were watching four distinct syndicates: BlackCat, 8 Base, Basta, and one unknown operative strike four different global giants in a sequence that felt less like coincidence and more like choreography. How did four separate storms converge into a single, civilization-shaking tempest? Chapter 1. The Initial Infection. We must rewind past the headlines, past the damage reports, to October 21st, 2024. At this time, deep inside the vast service delivery networks of Conduent, an unauthorized third party had already established a foothold. For nearly 4 months they watched, mapped and waited, completely undetected. This long dwell time is the first clue. This was not opportunistic smash and grab. This was reconnaissance performed by professionals who understood digital patience, echoing the chilling concept of Yunge, where the guilt of the few condemns the entire system by association. Then the synchronization begins to show. As the year ended, the automotive giant Volkswagen confirmed a security incident. The 8 Base syndicate claimed responsibility, stealing accounting files and employee records, proving the infection could leap from financial services to the complex, interconnected arteries of global manufacturing. Every time a glowing green chain of data tethered itself to a corporate logo, the scope widened. The digital infection didn't stop at the assembly line. It moved next to the physical backbone of our modern world. Keytronic, a major manufacturer of printed circuit board assemblies, the very chips that power everything, suffered a successful breach. The Basta ransomware group leaked 530 gigabytes of stolen data, confirming the attack reached the hardware supply chain itself. The attack wasn't just about spreadsheets and customer records. It was about the tangible components that build our infrastructure. The three confirmed hits, Prudential, Volkswagen, Keytronic, were tied together visually by green data streams, but they were the work of three different threat actors. If four distinct sophisticated criminal organizations are all striking high-value targets simultaneously, you must ask, are they four separate storms or a single, weather-engineered catastrophe? Chapter 2. The Missing Fifth. The title of this dossier promises 4 horsemen, but the warnings suggest 5 victims fell in this digital apocalypse. We have the insurer, the manufacturer, the service provider, and the hardware supplier. Who is the fifth ghost in this machine? The intelligence points toward Patelco, a major credit union. They experienced a devastating 2-week blackout of banking services. The data brokerage Ransom Hub listed their compromised information, suggesting an attack occurred, yet the ransomware syndicate linked to the incident remains murky. The fifth victim represents a critical piece of the puzzle, a financial entity disrupted, possibly by a different actor entirely, yet falling within the same deadly window of systemic failure. We see 4 separate, color-coded streams representing different threat actors: BlackCat, 8 Base, Basta, and the silent Conduent intruder, all flowing toward a central point on the holographic timeline. That center point pulsates, demanding an answer to the central mystery. Was the proximity of these attacks the result of sheer, terrifying coincidence? Or was there a centralized command structure, an unseen architect, sharing a zero-day exploit across these disparate groups, ensuring maximum global chaos? To understand this level of coordination, we must first consider the methodology of high-level digital espionage. The operations that compromise global infrastructure often mimic the discipline and structure of state-level intelligence work. The meticulous planning, the deep cover, the exploitation of inherited weaknesses. In the digital dark, identity is erased. Only the damage remains. Chapter 3. The Architecture of Collapse. The network security failure here is systemic, just as in systems of total control, where the wrong thought by one individual can lead to the punishment of their entire lineage. One weak link in a supply chain, One outdated server at Conduent, one shared vulnerability in a common software package, can condemn the entire connected world. We are looking for the common denominator. Was there a single, crucial exploit, perhaps targeting a specific enterprise software suite or a widely used hardware component, that was quietly brokered to BlackCat, 8base, and Basta? Or, more alarmingly, did one organization manage to compromise the backdoors of all four of these major entities over those critical months, using them as staging grounds before letting different crews loose to execute the final payload? The evidence suggests the architects behind these attacks were not common thieves. They operated with the clinical efficiency required to bypass the layered defenses of multinational corporations across insurance, automotive, services, and hardware manufacturing. They hit the pillars of the global economy in sequence, ensuring that the failure in one sector amplified the fallout in the next. The digital bloodlines connecting the victims were invisible, but they were undeniably present. The knowledge gap remains wide. Was this a symphony of cyber destruction, orchestrated by a single, shadowy entity, a true digital architect? Or was it merely a terrifying new equilibrium where independent criminal enterprises, sensing the moment of maximum fragility, struck in perfect, destructive harmony? Until we uncover the shared entry point, the fear will persist that these four horsemen were merely four visible shadows cast by one hidden, controlling hand, waiting for the right moment to bring the interconnected world to its knees.